For most pilgrims on the Camino de Santiago, the last day begins here in Pedroso, 20 kilometers from their destination. And strangely, it's here that they experience a new sensation: hesitation.
Now I really want to get there, but I'm also a bit scared of getting there, because then that's it. You know, you're not a pilgrim anymore. You're done.
Once they get started, though, everyone's pace is a little quicker, everyone's mood a little brighter, knowing today's the day they'll reach their goal. At 10 kilometers away, you pass a stream where pilgrims historically would cleanse themselves in preparation for their arrival. At 5 kilometers out, the last climb of the journey is crowned with a memorial to pilgrims. This is called Monte de Gozo, the Hill of Joy, because this is the first time you can actually see your destination in the distance. Santiago is a fairly large city, around 100,000 people live here, and you've still got quite a walk ahead of you. But that only adds to the anticipation.
We came in and it got more populated, and then you could start to see the medieval side, like medieval, things popping up around you, and you were getting a little bit like, oh my God, it's coming, it's coming. And then you were seeing the peaks of the cathedral.
I think the most surreal kind of moment was actually walking through the archway and the echoing of the bagpipes as I was walking through. I got to the plaza, saw it, and then just sat down and just realised that I'd walked 780 kilometres.
You're lying on the concrete, just staring up at these, this massive church, and yeah, it was pretty spectacular. It was pretty good.
Religious groups that have walked the Camino together finally celebrate in group prayer in the plaza. But even agnostics come away with a new perspective.
But you sort of find out a lot about yourself and your beliefs when you do 45 kilometre days. You do learn a lot about yourself, where you kind of become more confused, because things that you're certain about, you're not so certain about afterwards, and things you think, oh, that's not true, or that doesn't make sense, you kind of do change your mind a bit. You kind of think, wow, it could be true.
Whatever convinced you to set off in the first place comes a bit more into focus here, and you become a bit more at peace, knowing the final definition may never come.
You begin to start to realise maybe why it was that you walked, but you never really have a full grasp on it, and I don't know whether you ever really will.
I think they exist for whatever personal reason the person needs them to exist for. We met a lady along the track who was walking it on her own, and she said that was because her husband had died and she felt like she needed to do it. So I think they exist for whatever personal need you have at the time.
Yeah, after the Camino, basically something in me changed, because I think the Camino makes me like a better person. I don't know if I'm a better person, but probably I'm more open with the other, and these things make me feel happier.
Your official certificate of completion from the Catholic Church is called the Compostela. I asked if on mine they'd include my mom's name, a way of honoring her role as the most significant spiritual guide I've ever known.
My mom passed away recently, but I know what she would say if I showed this to her. She'd say, "Good job, honey. Now your real pilgrimage begins. Wherever you are and wherever you're going, I wish you a very sincere Buen Camino."